what's up everybody? It's Jim Flanagan here for another edition of MHL SportsCenter. It's Monday, December 6th, and let's look at the games from last night. We had 5 separate series. Series number 1 involved Stench Trench taking on Filthy McNasties. Stench Trench without their captain, Jimbo 2K. But nonetheless, going into this game here, we see a couple of new guys, a couple of waivers. One for the Filthy McNasties. Waiver debut of Renegade 6666 filling in there on defense, and he'll team up with partner No Cause Renegade. So we got 2 Renegades there, and you can't forget the goaltender Matty K 44, the rookie. And let's look at game 1 here. How great was this defense? I mean, we're gonna go to overtime here. It's tied up 2 apiece, 2-2, and then finally in the overtime there, the newly acquired Sainus Pone, which was involved in that trade for Johnny Blaze, who went over to the TSN Insiders. Sainus Pone picked up here, and he ends up getting the game winner. The game-winning goal in overtime goes to Sainus Pone. All 3 McNasty forwards there scored a goal in that 3-2 final. Game 2 here. In game 2, Stench Trench actually took a 5-2 lead at one point, heading into the third, and then but they gave up the lead here. It gets tied up 5 apiece, and we have another overtime game here for Stench Trench, Valorn and Sacred, both with 2 goals, 2 assists. But like I said, the McNasties would come back here, tie it up, and then again in overtime, it's Sainus Pone again with the game winner here in overtime, makes it 6-5 final. Both Scribbles McNasty and Slightly Lit had 2 goals, 3 assists each. Now we head into the third game here. In game number 3, we have another overtime game here. But this time in overtime, it's Taz for the Stench Trench. He got the game winner there. He ended up with 2 goals in that game. Waiver pickup there. Mr. Hollywood had 23 out of 24 shots saved. But they lose the series here. The Filthy McNasties walk away with 5 points. Stench Trench only win 1 game, but with the 2 overtime losses, they still managed 4 points in that game. Let's take a look here. It's the game 3, the overtime winner there by Taz with the game-winning goal. Let's take a look at the clip. There you go, Taz getting the game winner. Let's head on to the next game. It's going to be Killer Monkey Death Brigade taking on the Drunken Engines. Game 1, 6-2 final here. Valcor ends up playing in net, gets walloped. 6-2. It's Stealth Luca D. Stealth Luca D with a hat trick. He had 3 goals, 1 assist. Cam I Am with 1 goal and 4 assists in game number 1. Game number 2, a lot closer game here. It's another overtime game here. One apiece, goes to overtime, and then in overtime, it's Stealth Luca with the game-winning goal in overtime. Makes it 2-1 final. Let's take a look at that game-winning goal there by Stealth Luca D. There you go, game winner. So they take the first 2, and then game number 3, it's going to be 4-1 for the Monkey Death Brigade. They sweep this one here, 4-1. It was 1-1 heading into the third, tied up. But in that third period, the Monkeys just go on a scoring fest. 4-1 final. Both Cam I Am and Bane Ray got 2 goals each. In net for the Monkey Death Brigade, it was I'm Not Your Dad, USMC. He only allowed 4 goals in that 3 games there, that whole series. 33 saves out of the 37 shots faced. Let's move on here. Next series, it's Puckin' Funny taking on the Papaya Pirates. Game number 1 is tied up 1-1, heading into the third, and then it's a 4-2 final. The Pirates take this one, and it's Crazy Jigs with 2 goals in that finish there, 4-2 final. The Puckin' Funny team only putting up 6 shots in that game, had 1 minute 55 seconds time attack only, not getting much on offense. Game number 2, it's tied up 0-0 into the third, but then 3 unanswered goals here, breaks the shutouts. 3-0 Pirates win this one again. A shutout for Blue Bomber in net there for the Pirates. All 3 forwards, the Crazy Jigs, Lebonski's and Prototype Pariah, 1 goal each in that 3-0 final. Game 3, not much different here. They take a sweep here. The Pirates win 6-2. All 3 forwards, Lebonski's, Prototype Pariah, and Dart Raven, 2 goals each as they take 3 games against Puck and Funny. Game number 4 here, it's series. It's between the Jay-Z Blueprints taking on Tickle Me Emo. Game number 1, the Tickle Me Emo only having 4 shots on goal in game number 1, and they lose this one 3-1 final. Viva La Diva with 2 goals, 1 assist in that 3-1 final. Game number 2, very close game here, 1-1 heading into the 3rd, and then waiver fill in there, Timeless coming in here in game number 2, and he ended up getting the game-winning goal for Tickle Me Emo as they take this one 2-1. And then the rubber match goes to overtime. Was tied up 2-2, heading to overtime. The JC Blueprints were up 2-1 in the 3rd, but it got tied up. And then in overtime, it's Sober Enough getting the game winner there in overtime. He ended up with 2 goals in that game. Losing effort by Hugs on the JC Blueprints in net. He had 18 saves out of the 21 shots faced. And then the final series here of the night was TSN Insiders taking on Icy Hot. Game number 1, 5-3. The TSN Insiders win this one, and it's Kuzi 87 with a hat trick here. He had 3 goals, 2 assists. Johnny Blaze, the newly acquired pickup there, played in net, got the job done. He won in net. Game 2, we have the other Johnny playing in net here. It's Johnny 5 in net, and he gets the win. 4-2 final, was tied up 1-1 heading into the 3rd, but 4-2 final. For Icy Hot, Hans Rule had 2 goals, but wasn't enough. Siegel got the game winner there. He had 2 goals, 2 assists in that series as they win 4-2. And then game number 3, Johnny 5 gets 2 goals for the Insiders, but it's not enough. Icy Hot come back here, down 2-1 in the 3rd. They bounce back and win this one 4-3. D. Mitch, who usually plays defense, steps up forward. He got a hat trick, 3 goals, 1 assist. Hans Rue had 1 goal and 3 assists, but they lose this series 2-1. The Insiders win. That's it. Those are all the 5 games from last night. We got 2 series scheduled tonight, and then a whole bunch of games for Tuesday night. I'll be back here tomorrow with the recap of that series. Remember, send in any videos, any game winners, overtime goals, and I'll play them here on SportsCenter. Good night, everybody.